听专家解读美国升学方案，看美国学习生活点滴，圆美国名校梦想。本节目由美国文美教育集团冠名播出。
大家好，欢迎收看文美集团美国升学直通车。文美集团美国升学直通车是华人网和文美教育集团联合制作播出的北美首档大型的网络直播教育节目。在我们的节目当中，你将会了解到最新最权威的教育资讯，还有升学的建议。无论你是学生还是家长，有任何的美国升学教育问题，都可以给我们留言。首先来介绍一下文美集团。美国文美集团，美国大学申请规划服务第一品牌，20年经验，万博士领衔常春藤顾问团队，中美双顾问模式服务一个学生，按照大学录取学校排名收费，与孩子形成利益共同体。华人老品牌，值得您的信赖。文美集团隆重推出 ACAP 大学专业及职业测评规划管理系统，华人升学机构首创，完美解决华人学生最大升学痛点。人工智能提前锁定大学专业方向，提前2到5年布局申请。有了专业测评系统，孩子的课程规划更清晰，活动更聚焦，文书更有故事感，大学申请更有竞争力。5到11年级学生都可以报名参加测评。文美集团1对1非营利组织成立运营领导力项目，让孩子从参与者变为领导者，真正成长、成人、成才进名校。5到11年级学生均可报名参加。文美集团社会影响力联合国网络义工课程，节省孩子时间，做名校认可的社会影响力，高大上义工。5到11年级学生均可报名参加。今天我们邀请到前宾大的招生官，同时呢也是文美集团的规划部文科的项目主管 Miss 梅尔来和我们聊聊1560的 SAT 也可能会被藤校拒绝，被忽视的推荐信正在拉开录取的差距。有请 Miss 梅尔。
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining tonight. I want to start with a question. I want you to think about your last college application conversation, maybe with your child, maybe with your parents, maybe with your counselor. How much of that conversation was about essays? How much was about grades or test scores or activities? And how much was about the recommendation letters? If you're like most families I work with, the answer is almost none. And that is a problem because recommendation letters are one of the most important parts of a top-tier university application. Harvard, Stanford, Yale, MIT, Princeton, Columbia, Duke, Brown, every single one of them requires a letter of recommendations. Most require 2 from teachers and 1 from a school counselor. And admissions officers will tell you over and over again that these letters are critical to how they read your file. But here is the really strange part, which is recommendation letters are the one part of your application that you do not write yourself. And because you do not write them, most students believe that they cannot control them. They think the teacher will write what the teacher writes, and that's pretty much it. But in my opinion, that is completely wrong. And tonight I'm going to show you that you have far more influence over your recommendation letters than you actually realize. You will learn how admissions officers actually read these letters, what they are scanning for, and what separates a polite, forgettable letter from one that genuinely moves the student into that admit pile. I will also walk you through how to choose your recommenders, when and how to ask them, and most importantly, what to give them so they can write the strongest possible letters on your behalf. My goal for this session is that after watching this, you will have a complete playbook to work with. So let's get started. First, I'll cover the hidden weight of the recommendation letters. Let me start by telling you why these letters matter more than more families realize. When an admissions officer at a top university opens your application, they're looking for evidence. Evidence that your grades reflect real learning, evidence that your activities reflect real passion, evidence that you are the kind of person who will contribute to their campus. Almost everything in your application comes from you. Your essays, you wrote them. Your activities list, you chose what to put on it. Your test scores, you took the tests, of course. Your transcripts, well, your teachers gave you those grades, but you didn't curate the document itself. Now, the recommendation letters are different. They're the only part of your application written by an adult who has known you over time, who has watched you in a classroom, who has seen you struggle and also grow. They are, in a sense, the only third-party voice in your file. That means they do something nothing else in your application can do. They are corroborating. If your essay claims you love physics, your physics teacher letter either confirms that or does not. If your activities list says you're a leader, your counselor's letter either says, yes, she runs everything in our school, or it says, or it does not say that, or stays politely silent. That silence is what can actually kill the application. Admissions officers will tell you that the strongest applications have what they call alignment. Every part of the file points in the same direction. The grades, the essay, the activities, the recommendations, they all tell the same story about who this person is. When the recommendation letters reinforce the story, it really makes the application strong. When the recommendation letters contradict it or simply fail to support it, the whole file kind of collapses. So this is the stakes. The recommendation letter is not really a formality. It is the ground truth check on everything else you have really said about yourself.